Ice stop. Ice what?
Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out, poke it out, poke it out.
What is up, everyone? So as I promised, the State of the Saints series is getting moved from Wednesday to Tuesday, and everything else is getting moved a day back as well because I just wasn't having enough time to post everything, to get everything out, and I would miss a predictions video because of that. I missed the Seattle Seahawks one, and that sucks because that's a big video that I'm not supposed to miss, so missing that wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy that, so pushing back the State of the Saints series is going to give me a bunch of leverage as far as when I can post stuff and when I can get stuff out. Posting 4 videos a week is not the easiest thing to do, but I promise you, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to do it until the end of the season because consistency is key, boys. That's just how it is around here. So we're going to go ahead and start off with last week's question of the day, which was, what are your predictions for this game? Evan, or Mark4, said, my predictions for this game are the Saints get the win against Dallas with a nice solid score of 31-17. Okay, so that was the first comment, the first solid answer. I'm going to let you guys know right now, that is not how it's going to be anymore. It's not speed. It's based on just what I go through, what I read, what I like, and what I'm going to put as a question of the day answer, so it's fair to everybody. But Evan won this week. He said the the Saints were gonna win 31-17. We did win. The score wasn't quite correct, but we did get that win. So Evan, you were correct in a sense. So this week's question of the day is, should the New Orleans Saints fear the Buccaneers? Are the Buccaneers as good of a team as we think, or as I think, after seeing that performance in Los Angeles, going and putting 55 up on the Los Angeles Rams at the Coliseum? Was it a fluke? Let me know down below, and, you know, I'm going to choose which answer is the most formidable answer to me, and we'll see whenever I pick it. So go ahead and answer the question, should the Saints fear the Buccaneers? So today we're going to be covering the State of the Saints, which is a weekly series that I do, pretty much recapping everything that went on last week, giving you guys the details as to what's going to go on this week, stuff I'd like to see improved, stuff that did improve, all of that smooth jazz. So we have a lot to go over, as last week was a very eventful week. So let's go ahead and talk about the basic roundup of this week. So the obvious things, the New Orleans Saints have advanced to a 3-1 record with 2 what could be labeled as shocking wins. We rambled, straight up trampled Seattle, came home, defended the Dome, and beat the Cowboys without even having to score a touchdown. Very, very, very nice. We faced the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next, who have seemed to be a very stout defensive team. Their quarterback, Jameis Winston, has not been playing as bad as anyone would have think he's playing. He's not the smartest, but he's definitely a viable quarterback, so we're going to have to play on our A game this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys were both undefeated before facing New Orleans, and now they both have losses on their records, so that's definitely a good feeling thing. So that's just the basic little roundup of things that I wanted to talk about, just the small things. And we're going to have to talk about this, the NFC South. The NFC South is very interesting this year. We have an emerging contender in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers who we have to face this week, and let me just read this to you. The New Orleans Saints are 3-1. We play at home versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. In second place in the division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 2-2 and play at the Saints this week. They had a very, 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 very impressive win against the Los Angeles Rams, in which they put up 55 points. 55. That's insanity. The Carolina Panthers are 2-2. They beat the Texans and they play the Jaguars at home this week. Gardner Minshew versus Kyle Allen. Sign me up. I'm definitely going to watch. And the Atlanta Falcons are 1-3 and they play the Texans this week. The Falcons are doo-doo juice. They're not coming back. They lost the division. They might as well just hang up the cleats now, bench Matt Ryan for the rest of the year because it's not happening. The NFC South is still wide open, especially when we play Tampa Bay this week. If we lose to Tampa Bay has the same record as us and has a tiebreaker because they beat us. If we win, we get another game cushion over the NFC South. So this is going to be a very detrimental week to how the rest of the NFC South plays out for the rest of the year. It's going to be a very good game versus Tampa Bay. I'm not gonna underestimate them. I know what they're capable of. We all seen what they're capable of. We just gotta hope and pray that the New Orleans Saints are up for this task. Now, one thing I was harping on a lot in the last State of the Saints episode was the defense. The defense was playing. It played decent versus Seattle. There were too many big plays. They played good versus the Rams, but got gassed. This was the first true look we got at this defense. So the New Orleans Saints offense went 6 for 13 on third downs. What that means is we were dominating the time of possession and keeping the defense off the field. What that means is the defense rested and was able to play as best as the best physical football they could, and they shut this Dallas Cowboys defense down. The Dallas Cowboys averaged 32 points per game. They have had 30 points in every single other game this year except for this one, and the New Orleans Saints held them to 10 points. 10. That's a big accomplishment. Ezekiel Elliott only had about 45 yards. I don't remember the exact number, but it was not a lot at all. Von Bell, a very impressive player. I was talking about him being a breakout candidate this offseason. About 3 months ago, I made a top breakout candidates video. Von Bell was number 1. I have been watching this dude. I looked at all of his film. He is a very impressive safety, and he just keeps getting better and better and better and better. Within the last he had two fumble recoveries on Sunday. And he recovered the Jason Witten fumble and then recovered the fumble in which he forced on Ezekiel Elliott, and then he had another fumble recovery before this game in Seattle, which he took back for a touchdown. Von Bell has a nose for the ball. Not only is he recovering fumbles, last week he had 10 tackles and a pass defense. Von Bell has had a knack for the ball this year, and if he keeps playing at this high of a level, he's going to get paid this offseason. His contract is up. He's going to get paid if he keeps playing at this high of a level. Extremely, extremely beautiful play by the defense and Von Bell. I just wanted to highlight Von Bell specifically. I can't really highlight every single player on the defense because this video would be hours long. They all did a cumulative great job. They played fantastic. They played amazing. I'm at a loss for words or how good this defense played against this high-powered, high-octane Dallas Cowboys offense. So good job to you, defense. You stepped it up. I still want to cover a few more players, though. Marshawn Lattimore bounced back. I was talking about last week. He allowed the most yards in the NFL up to that point, the most receptions. He had 20 receptions allowed. He was targeted 27 times. He was targeted 8 times, allowed 4 receptions, allowed 39 yards to Amari Cooper, tackled Amari Cooper all 4 times when he caught the ball, which means he was right on him, and had 2 passes defended on Amari Cooper. He also forced Amari Cooper, because he was blanketing him so much, to commit 2 offensive pass interference penalties. So Marshawn Lattimore had a very, very, very big show-me game. He did exactly what we were telling him to do, what we were harping on him for, even though I know he didn't see any of my videos. He did exactly what we needed him to do to win this game. He locked up Amari Cooper and did it in an amazing fashion. It truly is a big step up when you see what's supposed to be your star corner being your star corner. Teddy Bridgewater, I want to go over how he's been playing, honestly. I think he deserves a mention. No, he has not led this team to 30 points per game. He has not led this team to 25 points per game. He has not led this team to even 20 points per game. But what he has done, what Teddy Bridgewater has done, and what he did during this Dallas Cowboys game was keep the team out on third down. That was my problem with him against Los Angeles. That's why we lost. He did it against Seattle and did it against Dallas, and guess what? We won both of those games. Teddy Bridgewater is 2-0 in his first 2 starts this season. He didn't start that Rams game, which we lost. In his first 2 starts, he is 2-0. He has a 67.8 completion percentage, has thrown for 535 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And that interception, I will say till the rest of my life, it wasn't his fault. It bounced right off of Ted Ginn Jr.'s hands. So Teddy Bridgewater has been playing fantastic. One thing I would like to see fixed, Teddy, that 6.1 yards per attempt. That's not going to cut it. That's half a first down every completion. We can't have that. We need at least a little bit more of a boost. Alvin Kamara has been playing fantastic per usual. I'm not really going to dive too much into his stats. We all seen that he was treating the Dallas Cowboys defense like a set of bowling pins, and he was the bowling ball. He was bouncing all over him, shifting them, breaking tackles. Alvin Kamara had an amazing game yesterday, and really, honestly, I'm so excited to see this man finish out the season as the #1 back. He's shown he's got it. He's shown that he can carry the team as far as rushing goes. He's something special. We will probably never find talent like Alvin Kamara at the running back position through the draft, especially in the 3rd round, ever again. Alvin Kamara is a gem, a diamond in the rough. I literally could not be more happy with how this man has played within the past 3 years and how much he's attributing to this team in this stretch while Drew Brees is gone. So this is definitely important. Alvin Kamara, you're a lifesaver, dude. I know this isn't a picture of him, but Mike Thomas has been an amazing safety blanket for Teddy Bridgewater. Yesterday, he went he got targeted 9 times, caught it 9 times for 90 yards. Michael Thomas has played out of this world. He's been targeted 42 times and has 34 catches, and he's only played 1 game with Drew Brees. I don't know how much else I have to say. He has 361 yards and a touchdown. Michael Thomas has attributed to this offense a ton. He's being what nobody else is, and he's a safety blanket. Michael Thomas has proven to be a dominant number 1 receiver time and time again, and every contested catch proves it again and again and again. So I just wanted to give a little quick shout out to Michael Thomas. He's the best safety blanket you could ask for. Basically a tight end at the wide receiver position. I love it, and I'm glad he's so involved in this offense like we all want him to be. Now, some things I would like to be fixed, or the Saints will probably crash and burn over the next few weeks against these very good defenses, i.e. Tampa and Chicago and Jacksonville. We need to get Jared Cook involved. So far this season, Jared Cook only has 80 receptions for 90 yards, no touchdowns, and the amount of dropped passes is insane. Jared Cook he's looked like a bust so far. Of course, there's so much time. It's only week 4. Don't sit here and say, oh my God, no, it's only week 4. I understand that. He has so much time to blossom. I think he just needs to get used to the New Orleans Saints offense. And he was already getting used to it with Drew Brees, but then he got his quarterback ripped away, and now he has to play with Teddy Bridgewater. So there's a lot of adjustments Jared Cook has had to make. So I'm not really going to blame it 100% on him, but I do need to see him step up. I do need to see Sean Payton involve him more in the offense. It's like when you watch Jared Cook play for this team, it looks like he's always the last option. It doesn't look like a play is ever designed for the ball to go to Jared Cook, which is a huge waste of talent because just a year back he had 800 yards and 8 touchdowns. We need to get this man involved because he's definitely a very viable number 2 target. He's a very good safety blanket. We need to get Jared Cook involved. Sean Payton, start drawing up some offense for this guy. I'm telling you, once we get Jared Cook involved, it's going to be big. Another thing I want to be fixed is Teddy Bridgewater's awareness. We all seen that horrible sack. I didn't really see an outlet for him to get rid of the ball, but this is something that a lot of people were telling me to highlight because it was a bad sack. If at any point he just could have lofted it out somewhere, I think he would have, but he was getting pressured and clamped. I just need him. I've seen it a few times. That wasn't the only demonstration of him taking a really bad sack. He'll sometimes run all the way to the outside, sit there and wait to pass, see that there's nobody there, and then at the last second when the defenders are already in his face, start running. He needs to be more aware. He needs to take the running lanes when he gets them instead of sitting there waiting for something to open up that isn't going to open up. Those are some flaws that Teddy just being scared, obviously probably because of that injury he faced that almost ended his career and amputated his leg. So I want to see Teddy gain more confidence in himself. I want to see him elude the pressure a little bit more. He's been eluding it very well. I just need him to, whenever a sack like that comes, when you're in field goal range and that field goal will ice the game for you, do everything in your power not to take it. I understand the situation he was in, but come on. That and the situational awareness in which he runs all the way outside, just stares, waiting for someone to get open. Nobody gets open, and he tries running through 4 defenders. That's gotta stop too. So go ahead and let me know if there's anything I missed in this video, anything I didn't highlight, anything I didn't highlight that you want to see highlighted. I really appreciate you guys clicking on this video. It means the world to me. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. I never really say that, but subscribe if you're new. Go ahead and like, comment, do all that fancy jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Ballin' like Barkley, wrist so